Okay guys, here's what we're making in this video today. The large Ciana. I love it. I can't decide. This is the large and this is the medium. I honestly can't decide. This one I could probably put a water bottle in. I'll have to go test it. It's not any wider or deeper, but it's taller. So this is the large that we're making in today's video. So go get the pattern and sew along with me. Thanks, let's get started. So I'm gonna do my strap first, and this is just a shoulder strap, and I think I made it 24, 25 inches. And I'm just folding it in the middle, and I lost my mark, so I'm just guessing. And I am going to put strap ends on. You know what, hold on, let me remark this. I used an air erasing pen, so I had to remark my strap. So let's do the strap. I am going to put strap ends on here. I am using Thor for the whole bag today, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so I finished my strap. Just a shoulder strap. It's perfect for this size bag. All right, now I'm going to do my key fob. So it is just a 1.5 inch piece that we're folding raw edge, and then we will trim it. It's a 1/2 inch key fob. Okay, and then we'll do a 1/4 inch. Seam. I had to lower my chair because my feet couldn't touch the ground. I was about to fall off. Don't want Barbie falling on her, you know what. That wouldn't be a pretty sight. I've done it too, so. All right, so I'm gonna go trim that to a 1/2 inch. All right, so I trimmed that to a 1/2 inch. Now we're gonna put our swivel clasp on. Let's see if I have any. And we're just gonna put one rivet there. Be sure you don't go put your hole through your thread. You might have to put it just a little bit to the side, and that's okay. All right, let me press that. All right, so we have our key fob. Now I'm going to do my D-rings. So I have, these are both D-rings together. Just folding them to the center. There will be a raw edge on the inside. Never see it. So I have my 2 D-rings, and I'm using these triangular rings that I sell on my website. I've got them in all 3 colors now. And I'm just gonna fold that down to the mark that she tells you to. And I just have a piece of double-sided tape on each short end. So you end up with something like that. You don't want to you could, and I did on my other one, but you're gonna sew these on, so it doesn't really help you to pre-sew them. I'm just putting another little piece of double-sided tape here so that when I get it ready, just like this, I'll have it ready to go. So there's my 2 triangular rings, D-rings, whatever you want to call them. Now I am doing option, I'm gonna do option 2 for my strap connector. I did option 1, but I'm gonna mark for my magnetic snaps. So I have those marked and the holes punched. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, let's mark those or make those holes. I'm using rivet magnetic snaps. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going to. That's okay. The reason you don't want to use the rivet magnetic snaps is because then the rivet shows on the outside, which is absolutely fine, but I prefer on this particular bag for it not to show. So let me get some regular. All right, so I did decide to go ahead and put my prong magnetic snaps on here, even though I'd punched a hole. I don't know if you saw me do that, but these will be on the inside, so you won't be able to see the hole. Plus this covers it up. I am putting an extra piece of Decaville Heavy. I can get it on there. Add a washer. Okay, so that one has the male portion, so I want to put the other male portion on this side as well. I gotta take this off. When you're recording, it's really hard to have this table on because you guys can't see anything, hardly what I'm doing. Plus I have absolutely no space. So let me fix it. All right, so that side I have both the male portion, and I'll put the female on the other side and take my table off. Okay, so I'm doing option 2 of the thumb lock. So I have this piece. I cut out, and I have decorative light on the inside, and then I have double-sided tape, which we're gonna fold over just like she tells you in the pattern. And I was a little worried this wouldn't hold, but it appears to be holding okay. Love it. You can see better with that table off. I love the table, but when you're recording, it just leaves you no space to show anything. So I put my little table on. They're both from Recent Relics. All right, so that's what you have. Now we're gonna put another piece of, I'm gonna use 1/2 inch double-sided tape, if I can find the end of it. Just down the middle on one side. And then we're gonna fold that over nice and even. This version of the strap is the yeah, I gotta fix that, hold on, is the non-raw edge. So that's another reason why I wanted to try it. This has to come over a little more, and so does this. You don't want those triangles showing on the outside, and they were a little, so you don't want it. There we go. Better. Better, better. So I did, I still don't like that. On the option 1 is edge painting, which I did, and it was okay. There we go, I think that'll work. Yeah. All right, so that's what you should have. Now I have 2 dots here where eventually my rivets will go. This version, you do not need the thumb pull because there's already a bunch of layers here. All right, next step. Okay, let's top stitch down each side. So I don't know which is my favorite option. I think this might be. We'll see. So I'm just top stitching down both sides. 1/8 of an inch. And then we'll punch our holes and set this aside for the moment. Okay. And these holes are just the location on the template of this version. This is where the rivets will attach it to the bag. Okay. All right, so there it is. You can see the holes. And there is option 2. Next step. So the next step is to put your D-rings in place. Or your triangular rings. On the pattern piece, she has a spot for you to locate where it's going to go. And the key here is that you put it right there in the hole. You can't see it, can you? There we go. And then remove that template. That's where your triangular or your D-ring goes. So right there. Now, as you're looking at this, you want to make sure that you put it on the same side. So I'll show you why here in a second. So this is the same side that I'm working on. Because when you make the bag, they'll end up on opposite sides, okay? So they're on the same side right now, but when I put them together like this, one's on this side and one's on this side. It's perfect. Next step. All right, so I'm gonna do a box to put my triangular rings on. And I'm going to pull those threads to the back. And I'm going to go backwards. One more stitch. I go backwards so I don't have to worry about my hardware. But you do you. I know some people put leather pieces there and all that. That works too. I'm just trying to get in the same spot. Actually, I'm gonna just backstitch. Perfect. And then I will put a rivet there, right in the middle. So you can see my box from the back. And there it is from the front. All right, let's repeat that on this side. Yeah. Okay. We'll add a rivet. I'll go do that. All right, so we have both of our triangular rings on. They're on the same side when you look at it from the front, but on the back it won't be. So now we're going to put our right sides together and we're going to stitch across the bottom at the seam allowance in the pattern. And pay attention to your seam allowances because they are different in different spots. And then we're going to turn that over and top stitch. Now, if you want to, you can put a piece of tape there, which I think I will, just to hold it while I'm top stitching on both sides. Double-sided tape sticks really well with this crock. I really like it. I think she's kind of low on stock right now. Now we're gonna just top stitch on either side of that. I didn't hold my threads very good, or I didn't like it. We obviously got over it. Perfect. Okay, so that's what you should have. Next step. All right, now we're going to put right sides together and we're going to stitch down each side with the seam allowance in the pattern. She suggests putting your D-rings or your triangular rings down so you don't catch them, which is a good idea. Hold your stitches. Hold your threads, pardon me. And then we're going to do the same thing. Once we get these seams, we're going to put double-sided tape and fold them flat. I just ran out of bobbin. It was perfect, guys. I have a new bobbin. Let me get it in there. All right, so on the sides, I just put a piece of double-sided tape. It's not holding all that well, but it's really just till we get this, our bottom corners done. Our box corners, you should say. So, and then we're going to sew these together at the seam allowance in the pattern. And I got to mark my, hold on a second. All right, let's do our seam allowance. Oh, come on, Thor. I held my threads. And let's do another row of stitches here. Right next to the other one. Now, he's probably having a fit because I put a bobbin in there that was extremely full. But that's okay. He'll get over it. Here I am talking about my machine in the first and second cushion. Ouch. All right, let's do the other side. One more. Yeah, it's getting caught. There we go. Yeah, my bobbin is too full. Let me fix it. All right, let's turn it right side down. So the sizes are only the difference really in height. What I really understand. There's not a lot of difference in width or size. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cute though. So there it is, that's the large. Now I'm gonna put my tag on. And I'm going to put it down here on the bottom right. And I'm going to grab an extra piece of Decaville. Probably don't need it. But I'm going to do that. And I need a piece of fleece. Actually, I'm not going to do an extra piece of Decaville. Don't need it. Okay. I'll speed this up. Just make sure you're only going through one side. Okay. make sure it's right side up. And there it is. Okay, next. All right, so the next step is to do our zipper pocket on the lining. The outside is done for the moment. So I'm using double side tape and I'm just gonna stitch that on. And then I'm going to turn that, so that's right sides up on both, right side and right side. Then I'm going to turn it, and I am just going to base that nice and flat. And I'm going to repeat that on the other side of the zipper pocket. Right side up on both. And just make sure that your sides of your pocket line up. Stitch that flat, and then we'll add our zipper pull. Okay. Perfect. All right, now we're going to take our zipper placket and one of our lining pieces. Mark your centers on the top and the bottom. I'm just doing it on both. And then let me pull you down so you can see. This is the top that has the small little square cut out. And we're gonna measure down a certain distance from the top, and we're going to add our zipper overlay. And I didn't mark that, but that's okay. Let me see if I got that pretty even. No. Hold please. All right, well, I got it. Now let's just stitch around the outside of our zipper overlay. I am pulling these threads to the back. You don't have to. It's an inside overlay. Personally, I just think it always looks better if you do. Yeah, it's not wanting to come, is it? Nope, it's not coming. Hold on. Okay. And now we're just going to cut out our little box here. As always, just be careful. Okay, now we're going to add our zipper. I'm just going to use some more double-sided tape. So I have double-sided tape. I'm going to pull this down just a little more so you can see. I'm sorry, guys. Not good space over here. And I'm going to put one side at a time. And get it pretty centered. So I have about the same on each side. And then take the bottom tape off. And we are leaving this open, and it's really just to finish the bottom of the bag, to pull the bag through it. So it's not like you're pulling the whole bag through this. Splay your zipper pocket linings out so they're nice and flat, and I'm gonna back stitch on this one. So around the inner circle, I mean the inner rectangle. Now we will close the sides. So that's what you have. Now we're going to pull the zipper pocket sides down. And you will have excess on the bottom here. Just trim that off. About an inch, maybe a little less. And then we'll turn it right side up, fold the front back, and we will stitch. Now I am going to fold mine up so that I can turn it when I close the zipper pocket. Somebody was asking me recently what the minimum weight of fabric, the 1341 Thor can tolerate. This is 2 pieces of waterproof, water-resistant canvas, and he's okay with that. I think anything less than that is probably stretching it for him to be able to hang. If there's a machine out there that can, somebody asked, the question was, can Thor do really lightweight fabrics like under interface cotton or spandex, and then also do leather? I don't think so, but I am not an expert on the lighter weight spandex type clothing fabrics either. So there you go. So you see how I folded that up? So now when I go to close it up after I finish the bottom of the bag, it's nice and even. I love it. Let me trim off my excess zipper tape and burn those ends. Fire. Okay, that side's done. Now we're going to do the slip pocket. Next. All right, so the next step is to do the slip pocket. So right sides together, and we're just going to stitch down each side. Yeah, I gotta fix my bobbin again. All right, let's turn this right side out. Poke out your corners. This waterproof canvas or water resistant canvas does really good with the corners and just finger pressing. I love it. Now I am going to just do an 1/8 of an inch top stitch. So it stays where I want it to while I'm putting my little accent piece on. You don't have to, but I like to. Thor's a little sensitive to the old bobbin fullness today. All right, so I'm taking my, you can see on the inside I put a line, and I'm just gonna barely get that next to that line, and then I'm gonna fold it over and top stitch. Trim off any excess accent piece on both sides. Okay, now take your other lining piece, the little short corners, and we're gonna center this. I'm gonna find my center on my pocket. And we're gonna center it where she tells you to in the pattern. How far down she tells you. I am going to use my little sew tights to keep it where I want it while I get it on. Okay. That seems really high for some reason, but it's not. All right, let's sew that all the way around. No, I didn't hold my threads good. Help us. Be sensitive today. Let me just look at the back here. Make sure he's doing a good stitch, yeah. Thor is very sensitive today. Okay. These Sew Tight magnets, I know I talk about them all the time, but they're fabulous. All right. Next step. So I did put 2 rivets there, and then on the back I reinforced it because this doesn't have any interfacing. I just put a piece of Decaville Heavy underneath each rivet. It just gives that pocket a nice, secure feeling. All right, now we're going to take our upper lining pieces, and I don't know if I centered this or not. I didn't. Center those on the top and the bottom. We're going to add those to our lining piece. On the top with the short little, and it doesn't matter which side you put there. The one with the male or female snap, doesn't matter. Okay, so there's one. And let's add the other one. Right sides together. Okay. And then we are going to do a different seam allowance. So just pay attention to your seam allowance. And you know what? I'm going to mark it. Hold on. It's actually right next to where your Decaville is. I forgot that. Huh? But you could mark your seam allowance. When you have a machine that doesn't have a guide, like Thor doesn't have a guide, it's not a bad idea to mark your seams. I probably haven't gotten in that habit like I should. All right, so now we're going to fold that up and we're going to stitch on the lining piece with that seam going down. Just between that upper lining, not all the way across. Perfect. And let's repeat that. So that's what you should have. And let's repeat that with this one. Alrighty. Perfect. Okay, so clip your magnetic snaps together up here, and then we're going to stitch down each side. We are not closing the bottom. The bottom is how we're going to turn it, the whole bottom. And follow the seam allowance in the pattern. So, I was like, what is that? That's my pocket. Thor is just acting out today. I don't know why. Let me see. Hold on. Next step. All right, I had to just make a little slit here. You got to add your key fob if you're going to use a key fob. So, and I went over that a couple times. Just trim that off if there is excess. And then, isn't that cute? Look at that. Next step. Okay, I'm using a little different thumb lock. I think I got these at my handmade space. But this is what it looks like. Just like that. Oops, that's upside down. I knew that I needed to check that. So that's what it looks like. It comes with one rivet. And then on the back here, it has 3 prongs, and this is the washer. It's very interesting. On the pattern, you have a mark. So I'm just trying to get this correct here. And I am just going to center this. You can't see a thing I'm doing. There we go. Center this over my mark. There's one. There's one. I think I like, it's kind of funny because I think I like Chris's better. Yeah, that's not very centered, Barb. So right there, not bad. And there, and there. Okay. And then we're just making a little slit. This one is this way, sideways, and the other 2 are up and down. Interesting. All right, let's see how that does. Okay, good, good. Good, good. I don't think I made that slit big enough. Let's see. Yeah, I did. There it is. All right, then you put this on and you bend those over. I don't know how secure this is. It doesn't feel very secure to me. We'll see. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside when I get these pressed. suppose it's as good as any All right, so that's what it looks like. Let me raise you up now. That's what it looks like on the outside, and that's what it looks like on the inside. I don't know, guys. I don't know how I like it. I imagine that it's fine. We'll see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of Decabelle Heavy over it. And a piece of double-sided tape, and then we'll see how that works. Maybe that'll help it stay. I've never used one of these. I think the ones that screw on are probably more secure than these. We'll see. Okay, so I just put a piece of Decabelle over that with the tape. I don't know. I think it'll be fine, actually. All right, next step, guys. All right, let's put our outside into our lining, right sides together. And I want my zipper pocket in the back. So this is the front of my outside. And so I want that to match with the zipper pocket on my lining. So right sides together, and we'll match up our sides and the centers on our top. Okay, let's stitch around the outside. Pay attention to your seam allowance. Go slow around your curves. My needle came up because I hit my knee pad, or my knee. Don't do that, Orb. Don't do it. Okay, that is not, I wouldn't consider that easy, but it is very doable. You just really have to go slow. And here I am gonna just go over that one more time on this one corner. My needle came up and I don't like how it looks, so we're gonna just go one more go here. Better. Much better. Perfect. Now, we are gonna do some clipping. We're gonna, in our corners, we're gonna do a clip into the corner. Have some really nice sharp scissors. So right into the corner. Don't go too far. And then we will trim our curves. And take out some notches. So when I do this, I do clips at an angle around my curve of half the seam allowance. And then I come back the other way and clip those out. And that's what you should end up with. So I'll do that on all 4 corners. And I do about 4 clips. Okay, do that on fast forward. Okay, so there you have your 4 corners. Now, I am going to go ahead and just trim this a little as well. I know it seems counterintuitive. And then I'm going to trim on the sides down to where so right here, right there, trim that as well on all 4 corners. You're just trying to get rid of as much bulk as you can. And it works pretty good. At least it did on my first one. Okay. So I took a lot of bulk out here. Which is good. All right, next step. Okay, let's pull it through. So we left the whole bottom open, which makes it so easy to pull through. and poke out your tops. Be ginger here just because your sides are your little corners. You want to be careful with those. And I'm talking about these sides over here. Just be gentle until you get it top stitched. That's my key fob hitting my table. This is a really cute bag, you guys. I would not call it a beginner bag. I would probably call it an intermediate. I don't know what she calls it. It's not a hard, but it just, these sides are a little challenging. Anybody can do it, you just have to go slow. All right, let's push our innards in. And I want to top stitch before I close my innards. So let's clip those. It really came out good. I don't even know if I need to clip that. Let's clip our sides down here. So if you didn't get something poked out, just reach in there and poke it out. That's another reason I do not finish the inside before I top stitch. All right, I'm gonna start over here, and I'm gonna pull my threads to the back, and I'm just gonna start on this difficult spot here. Less noticeable when I pull it to the inside. And just go slow. It's not that hard. It's just awkward. my gosh. Now that really wasn't too hard. But I have a cylinder arm, and that, if you have a cylinder arm, use it. It's so much easier. But it is very doable on a flatbed as well. Okay, so I'm just pulling those threads to the inside, and I'm going to tie those off. And I try and clip my threads so they're the same length to do these tie-offs. I started doing that, and it makes it so much easier. You know, you learn and you improve things as you go along to make it easier and better. And that's just part of doing anything. That's part of bag making. All right, so I'm going to trim those a little more. And burn that. And there's no, on the outside now, there's no back stitching. So here's where I pulled it to the back, right there. Can't even tell. I love it. All right, let's close our innards. Pull your bottom through your little lining zipper pocket. And we'll close that off. Time is it? Match the centers on your bottom lining. We'll clip across the straight edge, and then we'll box our corners. Hold your threads, Bob. And now we'll box our corners. Finish our zipper pocket. And we'll be done. Oh no, we gotta attach our flap. Then we'll be done. So I am going to trim those. corner seams just a little. Not much, just a little. All right, let's put that lining back down through our zipper pocket. Let's close our zipper pocket. That's the key fob hitting the table. Very noisy. Sounds like something's breaking. All right, let's put that back down in there. Cute. If you're not familiar with Simply Classic, Chris at Simply Classic is the designer of all the bags, and number one, she's a great designer, very inventive and unique in a lot of her designs, but they also have great products. She sells leather and faux leather. It's just gorgeous. You guys, look how good that fits in there. It's just perfect. And you snap it up. See how I did? Oh my gosh. Look. Now these will eventually go in, but let's get our flap on first. I already earlier put the holes, you can't hardly even see, in my flap. Let's attach the flap and get it nice and centered, just like this. Oh. Let me grab a marker. And then we're going to attach that with 2 rivets. The thing you want to make sure is that you have it even on both sides. Oh my gosh, that's even. I can't believe it. Perfect. Now the other caveat to putting these rivets in, you know, just like with anything, you do not, when you put rivets in, you do not want to go through any stitching. So we need to make sure that when we put these in, we're not going through any stitching. And we're not. Perfect. Perfect. Putting a hole through stitching just really decreases the integrity of the stitching, obviously. Okay, let me grab my rivets. Okay guys, I put my rivets on. So there they are on that side. And so you open it up, and then you have 2 magnetic snaps here, and there they are on the inside. I didn't go through any stitching. And look how cute that is. The thing you do, you need to train your size, and they train pretty quickly, really, to go in. So this one, I only did a shoulder strap. So here it is. And I would probably make it about 4 inches longer. If I was gonna, in fact, I might just make a new one for this. But, oh my gosh. So here is the large. And basically, it's just taller. And here is the medium. So I'm gonna make the small too, so just get ready. So there's the large and the medium. They're basically the same size in width and depth, but they're taller. This one you might be able to put, the large, you might be able to put a smaller, you know, I don't know, 16-ounce water bottle in it. You might be able to. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be honest about something as far as my suggestion. On these sides over here, I might use 3/4 inch hardware instead of 1 inch. That might help it train and stay in place a little bit better. I'm going to try it on the small. So right here, use 3/4 inch instead of the 1 inch. But oh my gosh, you guys, this is so cute. Here's the difference on these two as well. Do you see the thumb locks? This is a thumb lock that I got from, I think it's, I don't remember, My Handmade Space maybe. Not very expensive. I think it was $3, something like that. This thumb lock is a very unique one from Chris at Simply Classic. It's not cheap. I think they're 8 something. But I think it's worth it. Number one, how they are put on there is with, this one is with screws, and this on the inside, you can't even see it, but it's got a full washer. This one is, it's just, I don't like it as well. I'm just going to be honest. It's fine, and it works beautifully, but I like this thumb lock better. Now, there's a variety. These are only 2. There are a variety of thumb locks out there, so you have to make what works for you. But the Ciana Crossbody by Simply Classic, the large, the medium, and the small's coming. Shoulder strap, crossbody strap. The small, I'll probably do a crossbody strap. I don't know. Now that I said that, I don't know. Both of these are faux leather. They're very different faux leathers. This is very smooth and kind of almost a faux suede. And this is a croc faux leather. So cute. Go get the pattern and you should get started. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to click like, subscribe, and comment. And when you subscribe, click on the little bell and hit the all. That way, whenever I post a video or go live, you'll get notified. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.